Hello everyone, I'm Metro, and today we're going to be continuing the Celestial Blessings questline, this time looking at the Nuizao Temple. I'm not exactly sure how that's pronounced, to be honest, but I like to pronounce things wrong on purpose, so we're going to be calling it Nuanzao Temple. Anyway, this is going to be taking a look at Nuizao, the Ox, however you say it once again, but this is not my favorite temple, and I think you guys will agree. It's a bit in ruin. Alright, so there's not a lot of RP to do here, but I do want to make a few points. Now, this is to offset the other two, I believe, right? This is to say, look at these August Celestials need our help as well as you need them, kind of thing. So it's in ruin. I imagine it's because of the Calaxy stuff, all the bugs and whatever, the mantid or whatever they're called, kind of just running rampant here. When you come here for the quest, it is quite barren and everything's back to the way it should be, but this is where the Valor Vendor is, and then over there is where the instance takes place. So I imagine all that is supposed to be part of the grounds, but the fucking bugs took it over and kind of ruined it. So one way or the other, we're going to have a look at that. I did want to point out the fact that the August Celestials are a reference to the four guardians of the compass directions that takes place in Chinese mythology. The dragon in the east, the bird in the south, the tiger in the west, and the turtle in the north. Obviously, it's a bit different in the game. As we found out already, the tiger is the northern warden, and the turtle has been removed all entirely and replaced by a yak. So that's pretty cool, I guess. But he does have some things to say, and you could come check that out yourself. But I think he mostly just makes grunting noises, no actual words. We're gonna see. We're gonna see when we do the quest, but. Let's see what else. There's a few other things. I think so. Yeah, he tramples the mobs every once in a while. That was part of the original Wrathion grind people were doing. But Nuizao can refer to literal Chinese translation, meaning Nui, or however it's pronounced, meaning ox, and Zao, meaning black. So once again, literal translation here. But I'm going to take a look at the RP, and then this is going to be the tanking challenge. I do have a tank spec. I am currently in the tank spec, so I'm going to try to do it. We'll see how it goes. I might even complete it, and then... Well, actually, no, I'm not going to complete it because I still have to do the healer one. But either way, let's check it out.
Here we are, the home of Nuizao, the Black Ox. He is the patron spirit of Pandaren fortitude, the only celestial who chooses to live beyond the wall. Mighty Black Ox, hear our plea. My champion and I seek your blessing of fortitude.
So enters the dragon and his mortal champion. You are welcome here. Tell me, Black Prince, what is the nature of fortitude?
The strength to overcome any hardship. This is fortitude.
You confuse strength with fortitude, young dragon. But power is worthless without spirit. I have seen humble slaves endure unimaginable torture, only to rise up and overthrow their masters. And I have seen the mightiest of emperors laid low by the perseverance of the smallest of enemies.
You mean to say, physical strength is developed without, but fortitude comes from within?
Precisely.
Sure. I knew that.
Of course you did. We will put your understanding to the test. My challenge, if you accept it, will test your champion's ability to defend and protect while enduring terrible hardship.
We stand at the crossroads of history.
Your champion will defend you. Begin!
Enough! Make it stop!
So be it. The test is over. Remember, you are never defeated until you decide to remain so. Those with true fortitude always rise whenever they fall. Try again. I know you can defeat this challenge.
All right, and that one is done. That is the Nuizao Temple one, Temple of the Black Ox. Obviously, probably my least favorite of all the temples, just because of the fact that it's kind of in ruin, and I feel like it's not as well done as the others, especially coming off the other two, the first two that we did on the series. Now, that does not mean it's not a cool. It does not mean, there's not good lore and stuff behind it. I do really enjoy the lore. I enjoy Wrathion's interaction with the lore, but overall, it's not my favorite area. So, the challenge you did get to see there. Finally, I was actually able to do it. Looks like he's doing the RP again. But anyway, the challenge as a tank is not that challenging, I guess. I wasn't really prepared for it, so you'll be able to get it easily. The better gear you have, probably the easier it gets. In the first phase, I guess, quote unquote, you're fighting Deathwing, the malformation of his spirit, basically, just haunting Wrathion. You just tank him, reduce damage on yourself, do what you gotta do some damage to him, pop maybe an offensive CD to get him down as quick as possible, and then it looks like there's a transition phase where Wrathion was in the middle of this courtyard area, and there was 4 magma-looking motherfuckers spitting shit at him, and you just gotta block it. So a few will get through. I guess, you got to use your abilities as a tank, but I don't play tank, so I'm not going to do this one. I'm definitely doing the healer one, and that's the next video. So if you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section below. Otherwise, annotations on the screen, playlist in the description. Check them all out. Make sure you you enjoy it, you know, because this is the kind of stuff that's not going to be in the game forever, and the fact that you were doing it now makes it even better.